Good morning, my friend. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs. And as you exhale, let go of everything heavy that followed you from yesterday. You're here now. You've been given another morning, a fresh sunrise, another chance to live wisely, calmly, and with purpose. Welcome to the Wisdom Within channel, where ancient truth meets daily peace. If this is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe and turn on notifications, because each morning we rise together in strength, guided by the wisdom of the Stoics and the stillness of divine understanding. Before we begin, I want you to type in the comments, "I receive." Say it like a prayer. Type it like a seed you're planting in the soil of your own soul. Because today you're not just listening, and you're receiving. You're allowing truth to meet you where you are. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." Let that be the thought that begins your day. Before your mind rushes into problems, deadlines, or worries, pause. Remember, this moment, this breath, this heartbeat, it's all a gift. Every sunrise is an invitation to live better than yesterday, to be more patient, more peaceful, more present. You don't need to chase perfection. You only need to return to balance. Seneca once said, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." That's the beauty of this morning. It's a new life, not just another day. The past no longer has permission to control you. The future hasn't arrived yet. All you truly have is this sacred now, and in it lies everything you need to live wisely. Look around you. Even if your life isn't where you want it to be, there's still grace here. There's still breath in your lungs. There's still a pulse in your chest, reminding you that your story isn't finished. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." So whatever this day brings, calm or chaos, comfort or challenge, remember that the power is within you, not outside you. You can't always choose what happens, but you can always choose how to meet it. And that choice, on that stillness of response, is where your peace begins. When you wake up each morning, your mind often rushes ahead, to-do lists, fears, tasks, endless noise. But the Stoics remind us, control what you can, release what you can't. You don't need to hold the whole world together and only your own mind. Seneca said, "He who suffers before it is necessary, suffers more than is necessary." How many times have we suffered not from reality, but from imagination? How many mornings have we poisoned with worries about things that haven't even happened yet? The Stoics teach us that peace is not found by avoiding life. It's found by mastering the art of letting go. So this morning, I want you to start your day differently. Before you check your phone, before you open your messages, sit quietly for just a few moments. Close your eyes if you can. Listen to your breath. Feel your body resting softly where you are. Then whisper to yourself, "I am present. I'm grounded. I am enough." You don't need to chase meaning. You carry meaning within you. You don't need to find peace. Peace is waiting behind your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius once reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this and you will find strength. That sentence can change your entire morning, because every problem loses its control over you once you stop giving it permission to define your peace. The Stoics began each day not with anxiety, but with gratitude. They didn't wait for life to become easy. They trained their minds to become steady. They greeted challenges like old friends, knowing that every test strengthens character. So today, as you walk into your day, I want you to remember this. The world outside may be noisy, but peace is always an inside job. You are not your circumstances. You are not your mistakes. You are the awareness beneath them, calm, steady, divine. Seneca said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." That's the spirit of the morning Stoic. To wake up every day as a student of life. To approach the sunrise with humility, knowing that every challenge is a lesson and every breath is a reminder that you're still becoming. Maybe yesterday wasn't your best. Maybe you lost your patience, your focus, or your faith. That's okay. Today is your chance to begin again. Not to erase the past, but to rise wiser because of it. The sun rises whether or not you feel ready. It doesn't wait for perfection, and neither should you. You don't have to have everything figured out to begin the day in peace. You only need a willing heart and a clear intention to live gently, to think clearly, and to walk humbly. When you step into your morning with that kind of awareness, you stop rushing. You stop forcing. You start flowing. The Stoics called this living in agreement with nature, moving with life, not against it. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." So, ask yourself, what kind of thoughts do you want to water today? Fear or faith? Complaint or gratitude? Anger or acceptance? Every morning your mind is a garden, and what you plant now will bloom later. Don't let yesterday's worries take root again today. Pull them out gently. Replace them with calm reflection, with the decision to be kind, to be focused, to be grateful. As you listen now, place your hand over your heart. Feel that rhythm. That's life itself reminding you are still here. You still have time. You still have purpose. And if you feel tired or uncertain, remember, even the Stoics had doubts. Even Marcus Aurelius, the emperor, wrote in his journal about his struggles to stay calm, to act with virtue, to keep his peace in chaos. The difference is that he never gave up practicing. That's the heart of Stoicism, practice. Every day, every morning, a return to your center. You don't need to be perfect. You only need to be intentional. So before you move into the busyness of the day, whisper this one sentence to yourself. Today, I will not rush my soul, because rushing blinds us to beauty. It makes us forget the sacredness of the small things, the warmth of sunlight, the sound of a quiet morning, the strength it takes just to keep going. If this message is speaking to you right now, take a moment to like this video, not for the algorithm, but as a simple act of mindfulness, a way of saying, yes, I am here. I choose peace today. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel, where each message helps you live a life that is calm, conscious, and guided by ancient truth. This morning is not an accident. You were meant to hear this today. You were meant to remember your power, your peace, and your purpose. And as you carry this message into the next moments of your morning, hold this thought close. Peace is not the absence of problems, but the presence of understanding. You have that understanding within you when right now, in this moment. You're still here, my friend, and that means something. You didn't give up. You woke up. And in a world that constantly pulls your attention in 1,000 directions, that alone is an act of strength. Now take a moment. Let your shoulders drop. Let your breath slow down. Notice the silence beneath the noise. That silence and that stillness is your true home. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." That's the essence of this morning's practice. The sun rises not only outside but inside, when you reclaim mastery over your own mind. Every day begins with a choice, to be reactive or to be reflective. Most people wake up reacting to their phones, their thoughts, their worries. But a Stoic wakes up reflecting. They ask, what kind of person will I choose to be today? Not what the world expects, not what others demand, but what the inner self, the wise, divine self, calls them to be. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every morning, when you wake up, ask yourself, will it make any difference if I complain? And the answer, of course, is no. Complaining doesn't change what happens. It only multiplies the weight of what we carry. So today, instead of complaining, practice gratitude. Instead of judgment, practice compassion. Instead of fear, practice presence. Remember, every emotion is a teacher, not a ruler. Anger, sadness, anxiety, they come and go like weather. You are not the storm. You are the sky. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about that. Most of your suffering this week probably didn't come from what actually happened. It came from the stories your mind told about what might happen. So let's pause right here. Take another slow breath in, and on the exhale, let go of every story that doesn't serve you. Let go of the what-ifs. Let go of yesterday's self-doubt. Let go of the pressure to be perfect. You are enough for this moment, not because you've done everything right, but because you're willing to start again, right now. That's the Stoic's secret. Peace is not a reward, it's a decision. You decide here and now that nothing outside you will rob your inner balance. Epictetus once taught his students, there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond our power. Imagine how light your heart would feel if you lived by that sentence. What if, instead of trying to fix everything, you simply accepted what you can't control and focused on what you can? Your thoughts, your words, your choices. That's the Stoic way. It's not about cold detachment, it's about warm awareness. It's about learning to stay steady even when life shakes the ground beneath your feet. You see, peace doesn't mean you won't face storms. It means you know how to anchor yourself when they come. Marcus Aurelius once reflected, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." That means every obstacle in your path is not a barrier, but a teacher. When you meet resistance and a hard morning, a difficult person, a delay in your plan, and that's life giving you a lesson in strength. So today, when something frustrates you, try whispering, "This is my training," because it is. Every situation is your classroom. Every challenge is your teacher. Now I want you to imagine yourself walking through your day like a calm river. Steady, quiet, unbothered. The river doesn't argue with the stones it meets. It flows around them, smooth and strong. That's you today. Seneca said, "If you live in harmony with nature, you will never be poor. If you live according to opinion, you will never be rich." Nature doesn't rush. The sun rises without anxiety. The trees grow without comparison. The ocean moves without fear. So why should you rush your own becoming? Stop measuring your worth by how much you do. Start measuring it by how much peace you carry while doing it. Today, let your worth come from being aligned, not from being busy. You are not behind. You are not late. You are right where you need to be. The Stoics didn't count success by wealth or fame, but by how calmly they could meet whatever came. And maybe that's your calling this morning, to practice calmness as your highest form of strength. Because calmness isn't weakness. It's power under control. It's the art of keeping your flame steady even when the wind blows. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be like the rock against which the waves continually break. It stands firm and tames the fury of the water around it." That's what you are being called to be today. Not a wave tossed by emotion, but a rock grounded in wisdom. Let your words be gentle, your thoughts steady, your reactions slow. You don't need to defend your peace from the world. You only need to stop giving it away so easily. The world might misunderstand your calmness. They'll think you're detached, when really you're disciplined. They'll think you don't care when actually you care deeply, or just not destructively. And that's the difference between the ordinary and the wise. Seneca also said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future." So look around you right now. What do you see that's good? Maybe the light in your room, the warmth of your coffee, the quiet hum of morning, the fact that you're here, still breathing, still learning, still becoming. You don't have to go far to find peace, and it's already waiting in the smallest, most ordinary things. That's why the Stoics practiced mindfulness long before the word existed. They simply paid attention. They were present with life as it is, not as they wished it to be. So as you move through your morning, move slowly. Feel your footsteps. Let your thoughts drift like clouds. Let them pass, but don't chase them. Every time your mind wants to rush ahead, remind yourself, this moment is enough. You don't need to fix the future before you can enjoy the present. You only need to stop resisting what already is. If these words are touching your heart, I want you to type this in the comments. I believe. Because sometimes faith is not about religion. It's about remembering that even when life feels uncertain, there's a deeper order guiding everything. And that belief, that quiet trust, is the soul of Stoicism. It's not cold logic. It's warm faith in the harmony of the universe. So today, when you face something hard, remind yourself this too belongs. Even this challenge, even this delay, even this pain, it belongs to the fabric of your becoming. Epictetus said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well." That's the highest form of peace, not to control life, but to align with it. You don't need to fight every wave. You don't need to force every outcome. You only need to meet this moment with grace. So as you take another deep breath, whisper this softly to yourself. I am at peace with what is, and I am open to what comes. That's your morning mantra. Let it guide your thoughts, your choices, your tone, your posture, your energy. And before we move into the next part of this reflection, I want you to pause and feel gratitude for one small thing right now. Something you might have taken for granted. Maybe it's your heartbeat. Maybe it's the ability to listen to these words. Maybe it's simply the fact that today you get another chance to live differently. That gratitude is sacred. It's what turns an ordinary morning into a spiritual one. If you're feeling that right now, take a second to like this video. It's not just support for the channel, it's an act of awareness. A way to say, yes, I am choosing peace. And if you're new here, subscribe to the Wisdom Within channel, where each message helps you strengthen your mind, awaken your soul, and walk the path of calm wisdom every day. This isn't just a YouTube video, it's a ritual, a reminder, a return to what's real. Now that you've grounded yourself in peace, let's move deeper into purpose, because peace without purpose becomes stillness without direction, and purpose without peace becomes motion without meaning. The Stoic walks the middle path, calm yet determined, peaceful yet purposeful. Marcus Aurelius once asked himself in his meditations, at dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I am rising to do the work of a human being. That single sentence can transform your mornings. You're not just waking up to chase money, likes, or praise. You're waking up to fulfill your human duty, to live with reason, virtue, and compassion. So when you rise, rise with purpose. You are not here by accident. You were made for this morning, and this morning was made for you. You may not know every step of your path, but as long as you walk with integrity, the path will unfold under your feet. Seneca wrote, as long as you live, keep learning how to live. That means it's okay not to have it all figured out. Life isn't a test with one right answer. It's a training ground for your soul. Each mistake is a lesson. Each challenge is a teacher. And every day you have another chance to practice wisdom. So instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this teaching me? That single question shifts your energy from victimhood to growth. And that's what Stoicism is. Not a cold philosophy of endurance, but a warm philosophy of transformation. Because you can't control everything, but you can always control how you meet everything. And that choice, repeated every day, builds the person you become. Now take a deep breath in, and imagine yourself walking into today with calm strength. No rush, no fear. Just presence, Epictetus said. How long are you going to wait before you demand the best for yourself? That question isn't meant to pressure you. It's meant to awaken you. Because peace is not passivity, it's power used wisely. Being stoic doesn't mean being emotionless, it means being emotionally intelligent. It means knowing when to speak and when to stay silent, when to act and when to let go, when to push and when to rest. So if you've been tired, drained, or confused, maybe the universe is inviting you to slow down and listen again. Not to the noise of the world, but to the quiet voice inside you, the one that always knows the way. That voice doesn't shout. It whispers. It says, you're safe. It says, you're growing. It says, you don't need to rush. And when you learn to hear it, you'll find peace in places you never thought peace could exist. Seneca said, it is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. So don't waste today worrying about things beyond your reach. Don't waste your precious energy comparing your journey to someone else's highlight reel. Don't waste your joy chasing validation that was never meant to sustain you. Instead, give your energy to what you can control. Your words, your actions, your mindset. These are small things, but they shape everything. Remember this. Life isn't happening to you. It's happening through you. Each breath, each challenge, each moment is molding you into someone wiser. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. That's one of the most freeing truths ever written, because it means peace is always one thought away, one decision away, one moment of awareness away. No one can take your peace unless you hand it to them. So hold it close today, unprotected with your perspective. You don't need to control the world to find peace. You just need to control your interpretation of the world. If you can learn to see everything as an opportunity, even pain, then nothing can truly defeat you. The Stoics believed that all events, even hardships, are part of the divine order, the Logos. That means everything that happens for your growth, even loss, even failure, even waiting. The wise don't resist life, They cooperate with it. They trust that even when things fall apart, they're secretly falling into place. So maybe you didn't get what you wanted today, but maybe you got exactly what you needed to learn patience, strength, or humility. And one day when you look back, you'll see how the pieces fit together perfectly. That's why Marcus wrote, "Everything that happens is either endurable or not. If it's endurable, then endure it. If it's not, then it's brief. So whatever you face today, remember, it's temporary. And beyond it, peace is waiting for you." Now close your eyes for a moment. Feel your breath again. Let your mind quiet. Whisper this softly to yourself. I am grounded. I am guided. I am grateful. Let those words sink deep into your heart. This is your true armor for the day. Not defense, but awareness. Because when you walk through the day with gratitude, even the smallest things feel sacred. The morning light on your face, the sound of the birds, the warmth of your coffee, the smile of a stranger. Gratitude turns ordinary moments into holy moments. And Stoicism at its heart is gratitude in action, living as though everything is a gift. Epictetus told his students, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." So before you go, take one last deep breath in and exhale gratitude. Gratitude for this breath, this body, this chance to try again. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to have all the answers. You just need to show up, calm, kind, and willing to learn. That's the Stoic way. That's the peaceful way. That's your way. And as you move through your day, remember this final truth from Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. So go and be one. Be kind when it's hard. Be calm when others panic. Be grateful when life tests you. And most of all, be present, because today is not just another morning. It's your invitation to live with clarity, strength, and serenity. If you received something from this message, take one moment to type in the comments, "I receive peace." Let it be your affirmation, your declaration that today, you choose calm over chaos. And if you're new here, subscribe to the Wisdom Within, where ancient Stoic teachings meet modern peace. Every video here is designed to help you think deeply, live simply, and rise calmly. So take one last breath, smile, and walk into your day as the Stoics did, unshaken, unhurried, unbothered, unbreakable. Until next time, stay wise, stay peaceful, and stay true to the wisdom within.